For centuries, the economic deal was straightforward. You brought your scarce time, muscle, and intellect to the market, and in exchange, you earned the capital required to survive. Today, the scarcity of that intellect is being challenged by software. When artificial intelligence first arrived, it fit neatly into the existing system. It was another tool to learn, a way to speed up your workflow and make your labor more valuable. You remained the essential operator. You can see how this early phase worked in this logic diagram. We call this assistant mode. The AI acts like a highly capable goldfish. It requires a human prompt, it provides a response, and then it halts, waiting for you to tell it what to do next. But according to technologist and AI founder Emad Mostaque, we are crossing a threshold into a different phase, one where we move out of assistant mode and into what he calls worker mode. Look at this flowchart for worker mode, where the human input disappears. You assign a goal, and the AI agent plans the steps, verifies its own results, spins up multiple models to solve distinct problems, and runs autonomously while you sleep. This means you are no longer managing a digital tool. You are competing against a highly scalable hire that costs fractions of a cent per hour. Because these new agents operate on their own, the historical necessity of human intellect in the production loop is no longer a given. This creates a tension in the historical agreement of exchanging human thought for basic survival. Mostaque points to a shift called the intelligence inversion. Throughout history, land, labor, and capital were scarce, but human intelligence was always uniquely human. AI turns that final scarcity into an abundant, programmable resource. Look at this traditional economic equation. For generations, your income was a direct mathematical result of labor combined with skill. The post-AI economy introduces new variables. Now, capital buys compute, and compute generates output. The human components are bypassed entirely. This behaves differently from traditional software. A standard spreadsheet application does not become more capable or efficient simply because a million people are typing into it. AI workers build what is known as a feedback mode. Through massive usage loops and deployment patterns, these systems become more efficient and cheaper to operate the more they are used. For the first time, capital possesses an engine capable of scaling its output indefinitely, without needing to hire an additional human worker. This creates what Mostaque calls the self-driving economy, a mechanical optimization system built to maximize output through the most efficient path possible. When people imagine this transition, they often picture immediate, overnight mass layoffs across every sector. That is rarely how labor markets respond to new technology. The transition looks like a sandpile collapse. The structure appears stable until a single grain forces a tipping point. In the real world, this starts with a hiring freeze, or a decision not to backfill the remote analyst, the junior coder, or the operations assistant. Capital will naturally flow toward mathematical efficiency. If an autonomous AI agent can execute a series of tasks 24 hours a day for pennies, the market will route the work there. Systemic, relentless optimization quietly prices human task execution out of the market. It isn't a single event, it's a gradual reconfiguration of work. Beyond the immediate disruption of individual roles, the shift toward autonomous AI raises a more permanent question. Who controls the rules of this new economic engine? Every autonomous system operates on an objective function. This is the set of instructions telling the AI exactly what to optimize for. Soon, these functions will direct critical public systems like education, medical diagnostics, and government resource allocation. If a private corporation owns the objective function for healthcare, the system will prioritize shareholder profit. It will not naturally prioritize patient resilience, fair access, or human flourishing. The most significant risk in a post-AI economy lies in the specific incentives of the people defining the targets for these autonomous workers. Basic intelligence and routine task execution are becoming abundant and cheap. To maintain economic value, you have to move up the cognitive stack. First, shift your focus from task execution to problem framing. Let the AI write the code or generate the report. Your value comes from deciding which problems actually matter and sequencing the goals. Second, learn to be an agent manager. Companies will need individuals who know how to orchestrate, audit, and direct fleets of autonomous systems to ensure they remain aligned with human intent.
Finally, double down on traits that defy mathematical optimization. High-stakes judgment, human trust, and ethical accountability cannot be automated. The safest position in this new economy belongs to the person who refuses to compete on raw production speed. Survival means mastering the exact boundary where autonomous execution ends and human judgment begins.